Here's some cool little standalone workstations I made, but they're missing something other than, good craftsmanship. Let's add a little detail to it. Zip. Just pour all these little guys out. So I'm not a skilled artist and I don't really know Photoshop that well and I'm too old to learn. So I found some sci-fi PNGs on Artstation. There's nothing stopping you from going to Google and just searching sci-fi graphics and downloading them, but I figured if I'm going to use them on my project and then show them on my videos, I want to give the artist some credit, and they didn't cost very much, so why not support an artist? So I downloaded them as a PNG, made them to the size that I wanted to, and then started cutting them out. And with them cut out, I'm just going to find some space to start putting them on there. I use some matte Mod Podge or Decopodge. I'm sure there's other brands, but I don't know any. Put a little Mod Podge in the back. See, I missed the little corner there, so I'm just gonna give a little happy nudge, flatten it down. You gotta make sure you get all the excess out because when that dries, it'll leave this white stain, and several of my things still have that. Then I just do a little boop, 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 boop on the top there. Careful not to put too much, otherwise you'll actually bleed the ink. This is just printed on regular paper. And then I just kind of clean up the outside. Flip it out. Those big globs, smooth them out. Just dab though, don't rub. Some people will say to actually put the Mod Podge on the surface first, but I don't like doing that. I like being able to just apply it onto the back here. I think I get a more even coat. And I whoop, come back. That's one downside, I guess. Yeah, it's a little bit better, I think. Here's some cargo containers or crates that I did. They're just made out of blocks of wood, and I just did an angle cut at the top here and then put a decal in the front. I'm really jealous of all those guys who are able to make all the resin ones. I don't have that energy or talent. I don't love how this came out ridged, but if I just sand that down, that'll go away easily. And I've got some stackable crates. This is just a pill container. Spray paint some blue, put a few tools or whatever in there. We've got a lot of use out of these cable hooks here. They're cheap, they come in a bundle of like 50 and they're varying sizes, but you can mount them on the walls or you can put them onto workbenches to hold the equipment. Here's a couple more in the E-frame bay, used to hold extra arms and missiles. Sometimes I want to add a little sci-fi touch to things, so I print out on transparencies some heads-up displays. A little bit tricky and that stuff can get messy and bleed, and also if you notice, it kind of disappears when you put it directly behind something like on this terminal. Here's what it looks like with a little bit of a light source behind it. You can see it's kind of grainy. It's not the best quality, but it is pretty translucent. And they do look pretty cool when you put them in something transparent like this plastic case. And this one's clearly not done, but this could be some sort of table with a projector on top of it. Or it could be some sort of freestanding wall terminal with like the glass protecting it. Obviously, I'm gonna have to get a much longer one, but that's just an example. Or instead of buying transparent paper, just keep some scraps and reuse them from your packaging. There it is, all cut out, all nice and not really neat because my kindergartner can cut better than I can. The back side's still paper, and the front side's transparency. Now I know what you're thinking. Wait, you've got transparent material and hard plastic. What if you combine them to make some sort of transparent handheld data pad? Yeah, that'd be really cool, wouldn't it? It's not the prettiest, just like me, but it's a piece of transparency glued onto a piece of plastic just thick enough to fit inside a figure's hand. And with the fact that it's a little bit grainy, you can't even tell that that graphic is actually backwards. It does look kind of ugly from this side, but if you always have the figure displaying it forward, no one's really gonna see that. It is just incredible how perfectly they captured me in toy form. Hopefully this video was helpful for you making details to your own projects. Yes? Did you say the things? I don't want to bother people with that kind of stuff. It really helps the channel out. I'm not gonna say those things, but I am gonna let them magically hover over my hands.